Christopher Musa a terrorist due to numbers of deaths recorded last week by Boko Haram and other insurgents in the Central East core north. What do you have to say about
that is because of the kind of levity, naiveness, Nigerian security forces are using, to fight insecurity in the north. That's why you have various deaths last week, in Zamfara, in Kaduna, in northeast, which is Borno State, in north central, which is Plateau State, and Benue State. Why? Government's approach to insecurity in the north is too discriminative. The approach they give insecurity in the north is not the same measure they give insecurity in the southeastern Nigeria. Of course, we know that southeastern Nigeria, the problem we have in southeastern Nigeria is school courts, secret courts, street gangsterism, yes, armed robbers, hoodlums, bloody one, ritualists. These are the kind of insecurity that proliferates in the southeastern Nigeria. If you look at both approaches, that is the approach to the north insecurity and the approach to the kind of insecurity we have in the southeast, both of them are so distinguished or distinctive. Listen, the reason why I'm talking about distinctiveness of the approach by federal government is one. If an IPOB member misbehaves in the southeastern Nigeria, the police or the soldier will actually, take that start bloody act without asking questions. If they fail to get the perpetrators, they will turn to the buildings, homes, setting homes ablaze in the southeastern Nigeria. What does a security man benefit from setting houses ablaze, all in the name of searching for a culprit, an assailant that committed an offense and absconded? You went to his hideout, you could not arrest him. Now you started touching home, setting them ablaze, homes. It is not the same approach. An armed robber that escapes in the southeastern Nigeria will culminate into certain houses around that vicinity ablaze. This is too wrong. It's definitely too wrong. That kind of approach is too distinctive. It's not the way they approach insecurity in other parts of the country. How could you have just treated the people in the southeastern Nigeria different from the way you treat people from the north? That is why the Finnish government is accusing Christopher Musa of terrorism. Because if you look at what Ekpa committed, Ekpa has not committed any criminal act. What happened was that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in 2021 at Nairobi, Kenya, and brought into this country. And instead of the fire of Biafra agitation coming down, Ekpa just jumped into the Biafra agitation business and making sure that he keeps the fire of Biafra aglow. And the fire of Biafra is blowing high now because of the handwork of that young man. And by the way, on the world stage, is agitation for self-determination a crime? Has federal government of Nigeria not educated widely enough to know that when you agitate for self-realization or determination, you are asking for what? Violation. You are asking for a stoppage of violation of the rights of the people of your vicinity. Nnamdi Kanu is asking for abolishment or abolition of manipulation, exploitation, and the marginalization of the people of southeastern Nigeria. That's why there is this incessant upheaval in the southeastern Nigeria. It is Nigeria that has been actually turning their backs on the people of the southeast, marginalizing them, exploiting them, even putting the youth to death. That's Nigerian government for you. They started this since 1970. We don't need to hide what is going on in the southeastern Nigeria anymore because social media has come and the whole world is now a global square. So which is why EPA took it upon himself and replaced Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. If Kanu says he doesn't know what EPA is saying, good, because Kanu is from different angle, being a good leader of IPOB, and is doing his job well. But all I know is that EPA is trying to keep the fire of Biafra agitation aglow, and it aglows. The fire, the flame of Biafra agitation, emergence or emancipation of Biafra sovereignty, the fire, the smoke is billowing high today because of the good handwork of that charismatic, intelligent leader, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. An act of terrorist could never be ever equated with act of what? Agitation. Someone is trying to replace somebody and represent him too well. Nigeria government is accusing him of committing an act of terrorism. I don't see Simon Ekpa perpetrating act of sadism, act of arsonism, act of terrorism in the southeastern Nigeria. He is continuing from where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stops, and he is doing his job too well. Since inception of Kanu's incarceration, Simon Ekpa was on it, doing neat agitation. He has never come out and shoot anybody or cut anybody down with machetes. It is just a mere rumors, flying stories by southeastern politicians, I mean the governors that actually invited all manners of forces, bloody ones, to use it against their political opponents in the southeast. And they would like to accuse Ekpa that Ekpa is the one, while they are the one hunting themselves. Look at the Fulani Janjaweed. Because of their, alliance with the Fulani Janjaweed, the Fulani headers, killer headers, they have found their position, their places in the southeastern Nigeria, spying and killing people across Nigeria, South African farmland, southeastern farmland, across the forest in the southeast, across villages and communities. The headers are operating freely because Igbo governors align with Fulani Janjaweeds as their slave masters. And that has given the Fulani headers that kind of impetus to perpetrate all manners of bloody activities in the southeastern Nigeria. It is not Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa once was enrolled into Finland army, and he did his job well. When he resigns from the army, he became one of the lawmakers in Finland. He worked with government of Finland. Until currently, when he was arrested after declaration of Biafra in Lahti, Sibelius Square, Finland, was arrested, accused him of fraud and an act of terrorism. Listen and listen good. Someone that committed an act of terrorism should be given 21 years to life jail. But this infamous, unpopular Finnish chief judge, only jailed Ekpa 6 years. Is it right? The United Nations is in charge of any punishment meted out for terrorists. They will make sure that you judge him, you sentence him accordingly. 6 years is not for terrorists. Now, it reminds me the latest news that is going on social media now, even Fox, CNN, Al Jazeera, that the judge that tried Ekpa and jailed him is an unpopular judge. In fact, a judge that could only adjudicate at magistrate court level cases between husbands and wives, marital court. So that's why we are not satisfied with Ekpa's attorney, lawyers now. Ekpa has gotten another lawyer, and Finland has come out to say and accuse Christopher Musa that he himself is a terrorist because of the kind of accusation they brought forward before their citizen. And at the end of the day, the jail tenure that was meted, given to Ekpa, is not a jail tenure for a terrorist. Again, Christopher Musa and other government functionaries that have been shuttling between Nigeria and Finland to jail Ekpa, to extradite Ekpa, Don't they know, do they or don't they know that Nigeria and Finland don't enjoy treaty of extradition? Is it so new or strange to them that we don't have such pact with Finland to extradite any Nigerian offending Nigerian? Any offending Finnish man in Nigeria could not be extradited into Finland forcefully because we don't have such international agreement. So now it begins to look like a child play because all that Christopher Musa has been talking, accusing Simon Ekpa is what is going on in the northern Nigeria, where you have over 113 people killed just last week, 63 in Northeast, 16 in Kaduna. How many in Edo State, Benue State, Niger State, and the Plateau State? That's why there was this outcry beginning of this week that Finland has turned their back against Chief of Defense Staff, tagging him, labeling him a terrorist. That Ekpa is not a terrorist. And I would like to remind you that when Ekpa won Olympic gold medal, he was sent into the land, Scandinavian land of Finland, on scholarship. After reading in Finland, he did well. They naturalized him. He became a Finnish man. And now, they are not happy the way and manner Christopher Musa, Piankono, and the so-called Minister of External Affairs, Mr. Ojo, are labeling Simon Ekpa of Finland terrorist. That's why they actually find out that Ekpa has not terrorized anybody in Nigeria. Rather, Christopher Musa, that's why they accuse him of terrorism, that Ekpa, their citizen, is not a terrorist.
Thank you.